Hey everybody. I have been thinking about you. I did a clip the other day about the rules of Shivambu and urine therapy, and I keep thinking how rude. I did not mean to be rude. It wasn't from comments you said. Nobody said that I was rude. But it really is. I think it's rude when I watch a YouTube post clip and they say, Google it. Just Google it and research it and learn for yourself. I seriously didn't mean to do that. Learning about the rules and the guidelines of Shivambu is like an ongoing process. And it's not for me to say where you are, but I will certainly give you ways to get answers that, hopefully get answers for you if you have questions. But the guidelines, they're not shaky, or, they're pretty concrete guidelines that you get. And the thing is, especially in America, these guidelines are hard to completely live in, like, say, for instance, the whole sex thing. Not having sexual intercourse is an interesting one, because in America that seems to be a motivating factor in very many male-female relationships. And males and females can't even really be friends because of that element fully, right? And so transcending and letting go of attachment to sexual intercourse for me was a real good guideline, a real good thing to start with. I did abide by that rule, and I really feel it's important. Through reading of Scripture, the 10 Commandments seems to be right on. If you can follow the 10 Commandments, and then even if you're reading into the lost books of the Bible, in the book of Hermas, I believe it is, gives you 12 commands. And so it's kind of like those are the commands, and then we got the commandments, what they meant, the commands. Anyway, it's all a process of drinking and reading and drinking and reading and drinking and reading. And the more you drink, the more you read, the more you'll understand. But really, I wanted to slow down my thoughts and just connect with you, because I've been getting a few emails that are, messages on my YouTube channel, and I read those probably before the comments. If you've written a letter to me, then I read the personal letters first and the comments, and I'm sorry guys, I haven't had time to comment back on every comment. Those days are probably over. And I apologize, and I don't apologize, it's just I'm going with it. If you make a comment that pops out with a reply, then, that's what we get. But anyway, back to urine therapy guidelines. There are a few that I feel have been important right from the get-go. I like to count days just so that you can get a good feel of every day. It is an ongoing thing. Hey, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, in the TLC episode, the girls, my daughters, were expressing that I had been very sick. And so now when you're doing urine therapy, sickness looks different, okay? It's a healing crisis possibly. And I can tell you exactly what time they are referring to, because it was right after the 10-day urine fast that I did on YouTube. And I'll include the I'll post the other, like day 1 or day 10. I'll put day 1 and day 10. You can watch the whole thing if you want. Anyway, when I got done with that fast, they made a big plate of lasagna, not for me, but it was for the whole family. And since I had made the mental decision to stop the fast, I decided, well, there's a place when you're fasting, and I will keep this in mind this next time. You get a feeling of invincibility. I did anyway. I felt like so good, so much better than I ever had in my whole entire life, that I felt it's not like they say. You don't have to worry about coming down off the fast gently or, slowly. Well, I got real, sick after that because I ate a big old plate of lasagna with cheese and drank a big glass of milk. Ate the way I did. Well, the way I taught my daughters to cook, and they cook me a big meal that would have been awesome probably 5 or 10 years ago, but coming down off a 10-day urine fast, I would never do that again because I got real sick after that, and that's what they're referring to in the TLC episode, My Strange Addiction, of me being real sick, okay? So, well, on to this. I feel myself. I feel as though I'm preparing for another fast. I've been feeling it for over a year, and it's coming up on it, and it's a lot of it is because of you guys and your inspiration. And there are people on this planet that took that first gulp, and that, it's not because of me, it's because of where you are. If you decided to, that has nothing to do with me. I don't know, you will understand that one day. But wow. When I read those kind of emails, they often affect me for a couple of days because I know what they're going to get from this, and it's the promised land that's talked about all through the Bible. And it's not, well, I can't say what it is. It's for you. It's not for me to describe. For me to put into too many words is, well, I can't say dangerous. You won't understand the words the way I'm meaning them, possibly. And I learned that through reading practically the whole Strong's Concordance of the Bible and the Revelation. A lot of things I've learned from you and your continued belief in God. No matter how that looks, even if it's an atheist belief, it is a belief in God. What I call God is all of the above and none of the above. In other words, every single religion on this planet is part of my religion, but none of them are. So they're all together. I can understand and absolutely see the God that you understand right here, right now. I sound like an absolute kook. And I gotta let that be okay, because I don't know what you're going to hear from my words. We are shifting in our language. I heard Cliff High on the Webbot Project talk about it. And my first thought was in the texting, sorry, this is going to be a vlog, I'm just blah, blah, blah. But texting and the, OMG and LMAO, that's my favorite, LMAO, I'll laugh my ass off. Yeah, I'm laughing my ass on because I've laughed and prayed my ass off so much that there is nothing left. So anyway, I don't know if I've talked a lot about the guidelines. The taste is going to get better after about a month, guys. You know. And it really depends. You'll learn that what you drink and what you feed in comes out in your next urine. Okay? We've been a little bit misguided about that and about a lot of things. And my experience with urine therapy, and I'm not saying this to limit anyone, but people who are very book smart and have been taught through college and through books won't have as open ears and open eyes and open mind as those who have busted that system and lived simpler and actually slowed their life down instead of buying in. I've just my experience. The more education, the more they're like, whoa, I don't want to know about that. I've never heard of it. I don't think I believe that. Yeah. But I've run into an occasional doctor here and there that has actually went, wow, really? So it's your own path, you know. Out of the 100, I'd say 100 plus people I've talked to in the last 4 years and mentioned that urine therapy could actually help them with all the ailments. They've been going to see doctors, they're taking medicine, they're running to the emergency room when they have complications. Say, why don't you drink your pee? Nobody. Well, okay, there's been, no, I take that back, that's not true. 2 people that I have spoken to that started doing it in 4+ years. And I, to this day, don't know if they're still doing it. We haven't really kept in touch. So, what I'm saying is, you can talk about it, but the biggest response is, I'd rather take a shot to the brain, shot to the head, than drink my pee. It's been that way for a long time, guys. This is God's story. We can say what the unveiling is, but we don't get to know. It's in all angles. We're all starting to be unveiled and have a film that's been over our entire existence for thousands of years. And I'm not saying it has something to do with pee, but I'm saying it has something to do with what you've been taught about the things that come out of your body. I'm talking boogers, I'm talking snot, I'm talking saliva, I'm talking earwax, I'm talking poop and pee and, you know, amniotic fluid, the stuff that comes off babies', what do they call that? It's slipping me right now. You know, the cheesy stuff that babies are born with. I always like to go in when my grandbabies were born and rub that stuff off and rub it into my face and get some weird looks from nurses. Anyway, this is a vlog for you today, and I'm thinking about you, and I am going to go through and work on the clips that I say, wow, this is going to make a great clip. I should talk about this. So I'll keep working for you guys. Thanks for watching.